Hi, welcome back. Well, following on from my initial review and build on this car, which is linked down below, we have two more builds for you on the car. Everything is chapter marked as always, so you can go to the bits that you want. This first one is a viewer request, and this is the Hennessey version of the car. Now, anything by Hennessey, I immediately want to build, even if it's a monolithic SUV. I'll link below the Car Scoops article the photos came from, but headlines, this has 1,000 horsepower. Moving into the build, I do think the wheels were a little light on the introduction and on the outro as well, so you will see I will darken them up a little in the build. Otherwise it's live. I hope there's not too many clicks. Most of this is stock. It's a really quick, really easy build. So arch covers are stock and perfect. Ignoring all the performance, it's up to you. Maxed on this one. Bumpers, front bumpers go stock. It's perfect. I'd have liked slightly more shine to this piece under here, but you can't go secondary classic black because it would affect the roof. And really same story on the rear bumpers, so stock. For the exhaust, the stock exhaust is not perfect, but it's the closest we have. In fact, all of this area around here really is something where Rockstar decided to vary from the original. Front fenders, although I selected primary because I was changing builds, you can also just have stock. For the grille, the stock grille is perfect with the honeycomb and the badge. And for the hood, the primary or the stock hood, you'll notice again I've often selected primary. It's because I was changing the LART design and I didn't think to try stock, but I think stock's probably going to be cheaper. Lights, you can do what you like. They're such tiny strips, I just left them personally. You don't need a livery. Mirrors, same story, stock or primary. Plate up to you. I always think the black plates look pretty good. I've looked at all sorts of ways of matching this colour, but you know, the easiest by far seems to just be primary and secondary and brushed aluminium. It's effective, you get that slight satin finish, maybe a touch bright, but very effective. As I say, very easy. Roof accessories stock for the black sidebars. Skirts, you can either go stock or I think these slightly bolder ones look closer, the plastic performance skirts. Spoiler is none, and you'll see this spoiler here is just perfect. It's the stock spoiler. All the other spoilers are the LART design spoilers. Suspension, absolutely stock, but really you actually need a bit more gap here, so don't lower it at all. For the wheels, just head into the SUV section and grab Obey RS. Now in the alloy colour, like you've seen in the intro and the outro, they're not far off because the alloy is already a grey, but you know, I don't think it's quite a dark enough grey, so I think the proper colour is stone silver for these wheels. And as an aside to my original build of the car, I've seen somebody use the Obey RS in chrome for that, and I think it looks a bit better than the wheels that I selected for that previous build video, so a little hint there for you. Go dark smoke on the windows to match at least the rear privacy glass on the real car, even if it is a little dark on the front. That completes the build, and I'm really pleased with it. I think it looks very, very good, and I say very easy to achieve. Now, I would keep the car like this in preference to the LART design version of the car, except I have a little problem. No, not that sort of problem. I don't have anywhere to store it, and if you remember my deep dive, I said I had no real use for my armoured shafter V12 anymore. So I had an idea. Why not build an armoured Escalade, as we see here, the Inkas version of the car? And if I have an armoured Escalade, we know it's not really armoured in the game, I can pop that where that Mercedes is, get rid of the Mercedes, and I actually have somewhere sensible to store the vehicle. And I was very chuffed with my idea there, because I've really got no space left at all for cars, and it seemed a pity to buy this to tune it all up and then just get rid of it again. Now I've left a link below for the Inkas car. It has a video showing you all sorts of stuff, and there's some description of exactly what they do. I guess you've either got to be rich and famous or rich and paranoid to buy one of these, but there you go. Looks pretty good in black. I would be amazed if loads of these weren't ordered in black anyway. And if you're American, you can tell me, are these used by the police, the FBI, or whatever over there? Again, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Yeah, it looks pretty good here where the E-Guard Merc was last week, so I'll keep it like this, and I think the Humvee next door will indeed go to a civil mil-spec automotive version, so we can stick with that sort of theme. Stock arch covers, albeit I think they are slightly extended on the armoured one, but we don't have these options, only massive extensions. For the bumpers, the front bumpers, I've gone primary lower splitter. The stock ones were a little bit too racy. This works out much nicer here, and you know, all the shininess on it. There's a lot of shininess around all these areas. They pick up the light and they help to give the effect of more chrome than we unfortunately have available. Still a stock rear bumper, still a stock exhaust, primary or stock front fenders. The chrome ridged grille, we need one or two more ridges, but this great big chrome grille, that's definitely what we want on there. For the hood, the primary or the stock hood, perfect. Same on the mirrors as before, primary or stock. Definitely want a black plate now on this black car. Respray is just a classic black on primary and on the secondary. Roof accessories, the chrome roof rack now, the chrome stock one is the best. Skirts, well, in reality we should be having some black down here and a little bit of chrome and a bit of a mixture. I can't achieve that. I've gone for chrome performance skirts. I think it gives the right sort of mix of metals and colours, even if it's not totally correct. Again, the stock or none option for the spoiler. Again, stock suspension, you could do with it in fact slightly higher. As far as the wheels, there's more than one you could go for. Here I have the chrome S Racer, which I believe is in sport, and it gives about the right number of spokes. I think it's about 10 spokes of about the right thickness. It does look pretty good. There's also the Duper 7, which is more of the right style, but I find those spokes just too big. I think having 7 fat spokes versus 10 thinner ones didn't quite work. As always though, if I haven't done a good enough job on the wheels, I know somebody will be very happy to tell me down below. And otherwise, looking at the pictures and given the sort of car it is, of course we're going to go for glimmered out on the windows. That's the Armoured Build completed. But there we are, 2 builds complete and a cunning plan to let me keep the car, so pretty happy there. Now, this was quite a recent viewer request, and I do try to do them at least approximately in order, so apologies if you ask me for a car that's still not come and that's still on my list somewhere. It's just that obviously with my space struggle, I sort of had to deal with this one first. I'm not getting quite as much time at the moment to do some of these car build videos. However, as you're probably aware, the very last deep dive comes this Sunday, the classic car garage. And after that, the Sunday videos will be build videos as well as the midweek ones. So that should give me a good chance now to catch up on some of these builds. And of course I'd like to show you a few of my own, but I would like to catch up first if I possibly can. Let me know down below what you thought of either of these builds, and I'd actually be quite interested to know what have you done with your Cavalcade in the game, and what sort of collection are you storing in. That would be very interesting. Of course, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and if you like real cars in GTA, I would really appreciate a subscription. And I really put that out because I know that a lot of people just watch these videos because it keeps popping up on their homepage, but the sub would be really nice. I appreciate that. Otherwise, take care and thank you so much for watching.